You're watching News Channel 11 in your corner at 11.
Thank you for trusting News Channel 11 tonight. I'm Curtis McLeod. Some sad news to share with you this evening. The owner of one of Tennessee's first big locally owned restaurants has passed away. Family members tell me that Jim Calogris, owner of the Peerless restaurant, died at the Johnson City Medical Center on Friday. In 1938, Jim Calogris and his father opened the Peerless restaurant right here in Johnson City. He worked there until about 5 years ago. Now, Calogris was responsible for major growth and development of North Johnson City. His son, Gary Calogris, spoke with me today over the phone and gave me this statement. He said, quote, he absolutely loved people in the Tri-Cities and showed true hospitality to all people at Peerless. Our father will be missed. Now, funeral service for Jim Calogris will be held on Monday, May 23rd at 11:30 a.m. at St. John's Episcopal Church in Johnson City. Following news around the region tonight, a Russell County man is dead after a fatal crash. I just spoke with Virginia State Police and they tell me the crash happened this morning. Jonathan McGinnis was driving south along Interstate 19 near a Jehovah's Witness church when he lost control of his vehicle, a 1994 Chevy S10 pickup. Police tell me the car flipped several times before eventually hitting a tree. 28-year-old McGinnis was an active member of the National Guard. Now, authorities are still investigating the cause of this crash. Once we get more information and details, we'll be sure to pass that along to you. On the Crime Watch tonight, Johnson City police have arrested a man accused of stealing a car. Police tell us Larry Banks, you see him on your screen there, stole a Chrysler Town and Country minivan. Their investigation also revealed that Banks sold from a Walmart. Reports say both thefts happened this morning, or Friday morning rather. Banks is currently being held at the Washington County Detention Center on a $11,000 bond. He is scheduled to appear in court on Monday. A historic castle in Johnson City is on the market, but a local nonprofit is hoping to be able to keep the site open to the public. Now, today marked the kickoff of a campaign to save the Oaks Castle, a home built in the 1920s that sits on South Roan Street right here in Johnson City. Organizers are hoping to raise $2.5 million as fast as possible to be able to save the property and create a public space. And they also envision the castle being able to host anything from weddings to be used as an educational space.
I would like this to be seen as a place to go, as a destination to Johnson City. You know, if you wanted to come and spend the day with your family, this would be a place you could come. You could see things being made on the property. You could tour the house, learn about the history. You could walk the trails.
Now, both city and state leaders are being asked to tour the property in hopes of being able to partner with this organization to help raise money to keep the property open to the public. Hundreds of high schoolers in our region celebrated a big milestone today.
I present to you the Dobbins-Bennett High School graduating class of 2016.
This morning, family and friends filled the Buck Van Huss Dome at Dobbins-Bennett High School in Kingsport. And they weren't the only seniors taken to the stage today. David Crockett High School in Washington County also held its graduation ceremony earlier today, as well as Daniel Boone High School and others. While hundreds of high schoolers celebrated their graduation today, for one student, the day means something more. Among the graduates at David Crockett High School today is Caitlin Saltz. She was especially excited because just as her life began, things took a devastating turn. Born with a rare heart condition, she nearly lost her life. Through surgery, bottles of medication, Katie, as her family affectionately calls her, has beat all odds. And after graduating high school today, she says this is only the beginning. Saturday, May 21st, 2016. Caitlin Saltz marched alongside hundreds of other students in her class at David Crockett High School. And with each step she took, she proved doctors wrong, rewriting her story that could have finished soon after it started.
You know, growing up, I felt like I wasn't normal. I wasn't like everybody else.
Caitlin Saltz was born in November of 1997. Her mother and father, both overjoyed. But soon after their baby girl was delivered, she was immediately taken away from her parents.
I got to see her for about 3 seconds. My wife didn't get to see her at all for 3 days.
Caitlin's father, Randall, says they soon figured out that there was a major problem. He says his daughter was born blue.
She was missing her complete wall in her upper 2 chambers. Instead of 4 chambers, she had 2 chambers.
The newborn baby would have to remain in the hospital and use a feeding tube for several months. After major open heart surgery, Caitlin was taken off of her feeding tube and was soon allowed to go home. That homecoming would be short-lived, though. Caitlin, less than a year old, would have to go back to the hospital for head surgery.
I don't really think about that every day. And it takes, looking at the scar, it takes that to realize that I went through that.
Come a long way.
Today, Caitlin is happy and healthy. She relies totally on a pacemaker and couldn't play sports while in school.
Growing up, that's one thing I wanted to do, but I couldn't do it because I couldn't get hit in the chest. I went through some bullying, so, you know, but I still went through, you know, school and got my education, and I mean, I made it.
Made it to graduation day. And Caitlin credits her strong support system of family and friends for never letting her give up on her dreams. She now encourages others to do the same.
I did, and just focus on getting through school, and the people that are there for you, you know, be there for them too.
Now, Caitlin tells me she hopes to start work soon in a dietary services at a hospital while at the same time studying to become a therapist to help others in need. The rain did not stop hundreds from going to the 14th annual Wayne Scott Strawberry Festival earlier today. The Unicoi County Festival features live music, food, arts and crafts, and of course strawberries. We caught up with Steve Scott from Scott Strawberry Farm this afternoon, and he said at noon they had already sold over 500 buckets.
They do good. It's you know, it's 3 quarts, $10, and you know they can carry them around real easy, so it works out real good. This is the only time we pick in the buckets. Is just for the festival.
Now the festival began with a parade around 9 o'clock this morning and wrapped up at 5 o'clock this evening. Well, still to come on News Channel 11, the race to the White House erupts. Sanders says he will fight to the last voter. Clinton says she's already won. And Trump works to consolidate Republicans behind the campaign's momentum. Join us after the break for a look at the campaign trail.
And still looking at a few scattered showers on radar, but how long will the wet weather be sticking around? I'll have those details in my full accurate storm team forecast right after the break. Stay with us.